Okay, welcome back, guys. Just going to do a nice little live update here today, basically. So there's a lot of FUD and all sorts of other crazy stuff going on. One of those FUD, basically earlier on today, brother forwarded a video, this specific video, and you can see the level of FUD, right? So we've got, let me just do this nicely. So from the left, right, we've got Dick on the left. We've got Tom in the middle. Sorry, Tom as the second one. In the middle, the host, my favorite guy ever. We've got the fourth guy on the right. So towards the right, basically, the CZ everyone knows. And then we've got Harry at the end, right? And I want to just talk about all Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then leave CZ at the moment and the host away for now. Because these FUD, they're just getting too much. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So this is what CZ wrote on his blog, like on the Binance blog, right? You can go to the Binance blog and you can actually read this. So there's an actual letter here from himself, right? So you can read the full letter. Now, I'm going to just cut the story short and give you exactly what the letter talks about. They've been around for 4 years, for example, right? So they've been around for 4 years. They've just celebrated their 4-year thing. And what you have to understand is regulation, right? Now, everybody, you know, wanted the institutions to come in. Everybody wanted the global adoption. Everybody wanted crypto to be the best thing in their life, right? You know, everybody wanted to be the people who front run everyone. We wanted to be first in the game. And we are. But do you know what that means? That you want your institutions and you want all the other countries to adopt it. You want the biggest adoption on the planet, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, to be used by everybody. Well, guess what? Welcome regulation. And regulation is not simple. It takes time. It takes effort. There's loads of different things they have to change. Now, what did CZ do? I'll tell you what CZ did, right? One of the worst things they did recently, they activated the stock trading, and that's what caused the problem. I've talked about it on another video. They shouldn't have done this. You know, that's what's been going on. So I urge everyone to go and have a look at this. Read this. This is for the week ending, basically, so complete week. And his letter's there. Go and read the letter. It doesn't happen overnight. We want adoption. We want crypto. We want to make money. We want this to go to another level. Guess what? Welcome the regulations, and we're gonna have this. So why is there so much FUD? Why do we have Tom, Dick, and Harry coming to, you know, this particular channel and talking about how Binance did this, Binance did that, Binance did the leverage? Well, there's plenty of exchanges out there. I mean, let's just go and have a look at one of those exchanges, right? Coin market cap. Let's have a look. Hold on. Right, let's have a look at one of these, right? So we've got coin market cap here. Let's have a look at how many exchanges there are. There's 385 exchanges, and I can assure you about 200 of those exchanges allow leverage trading. So if they allow leverage trading, why is it that one, you know, the biggest one on the planet is being actually pinpointed, like, okay, this is the only one? Why is this one being the only one? Here's the second biggest one. They do leverage. You know, everybody does leverage. But you see this whole thing where people are talking about regulation regarding certain things, but they don't understand. You want mass adoption, you got to accept regulation. You have to. There's no choice. I mean, this company here, for example, they beat it by doing 2 different products. They have your basic Coinbase, and then they have your Coinbase Pro, which is regulated derivatives trading market. So this is what it is. FTX has the same thing as well. Like, so actually FTX is only a trading protocol. This is the kind of stuff that's going on. But you go to any one of these exchanges, a massive list here, what are you going to find? Everybody's doing something, right? They're all doing leverage trading. But the difference I found was this exchange is doing stock tokens, so real world stocks on a tokenized thing, and this exchange is doing it. That was the only difference I saw, and they shouldn't have done that. I said this to you before as well. They shouldn't have done this because this is what's going to be causing them problem. Regulations didn't like this. All right, but then you've got Tom, Dick, and Harry here. Tom, Dick, and Harry coming and blaming, oh, exchange like Binance allows you to do 125x leverage. Well, I just showed you 200 other exchanges allow you to do that. So why is it that the one company is being picked up on? And how is it his fault or the Binance's fault? It doesn't make any sense. Why should it be Binance's fault that people are willing to accept responsibility for their own actions and they go and they do this? It's pure greed. It's pure greed from people who think they're going to make a ton of money. Why would they do this? So coming back to Tom, Dick, and Harry, what did Tom say, right? Tom was on the show. So Tom was on the show. So Tom is the guy in gray, second from the left, right? So Tom, basically, I'm just giving them random names, by the way. I don't want to mention anything. I don't want to get a strike or anything like this. But what I'm saying is you've got Tom here, right? In the gray from the left, right? Who was on the show talking about his company or his favorite company or whatever, Celsius. Then you've got on the far left, you've got, Dick, who likes to shill his own coin, nothing else. All right. And then you've got Harry right at the other side, who basically, is a trader, who's talking sensible, who's, is quite cool, and obviously we've got Binance, right? But the guy in the middle, right? So he's the host, Random Man, one of my favorite hosts out there. So he turns around and he asks them a simple question. He asks all three of them, Tom, Dick, and Harry. He says, I'm going to give you 100K. What are you going to do with it? All right. I'm going to give you 100K. What are you going to do with it? Right. So Tom comes around and he says, I'm going to put 30% into Celsius. Obviously, he's trying to shill Celsius. That's what he's trying to do. And then he's talking about how leverage trading is bad, but then he talks about how he's going to short the market with the rest of it. Isn't that leverage trading? Aren't you trying to leverage trade? Aren't you trying to short? So, again, bunch of hypocrites, which I don't, it just doesn't make any sense to me. By the way, guys, I'm not seeing the chat, so I'm just fired away. So I just want to do this quickly. And then we got Dick in the middle, right? Sorry, Dick on the left-hand side, right? Who turns around and basically he likes to shill his projects. But obviously he wasn't allowed to. So the host said, you cannot shill your own project. Anything else, where are you going to put your 100K? And he says the right thing. He says, well, I'm only going to put it in Bitcoin and Ethereum. He says, all of it? Yeah, I'm going to put all of it. So everyone else is talking about having, some cash, right? And I'll come to the other guy as well, some cash. But then Dick says, no. I'm going to go all into Ethereum and Bitcoin. Hold on. It wasn't Bitcoin and Ethereum shit because you like to promote your own coin, how your coin is the best coin on the planet. Aren't you a bloody hypocrite? Another one, right? So let's go to Harry. Harry's a trader. What does Harry say? Harry says, I'm going to put 50%, all right? I'm going to put 50% into crypto and I'm going to keep the 50%. All right? I'm going to trade and I'm going to try and make 5%, 10% on the longs, on the shorts. I'm going to do that. Being honest, he's a trader. That's what he's going to do. He's going to make 5%, he's going to make 10%, all right? But then he's going to keep 50% in cash to buy the dip. That's what he's talking about, buy the dip. So he is bullish, and the other guy's just promoting Celsius, right? So I'm just going to leave it there. Let's not keep it on this page anymore. But this is what's going on. But read what's going on and understand what's going on. Why do everybody wanted crypto to be adopted? Then why can't you accept the fact that basically now it is adopted and we are going to be regulated, right? So let's have another look at certain things as well, right? Let's look at some metrics. So this is Bitcoin exchange net position change, means the level of crypto in exchanges. Well, I see it going down. If you look carefully, you start looking here, you can see it's going down. So this is inflow and this is outflow. So there's less crypto in exchanges. You see what I mean? This is less crypto in exchanges, right? Okay, let's have a look at stock to flow and see what stock to flow is telling us. Well, stock to flow is telling us we've calmed down. We're way below here. Way below here. So in order for us to understand what the difference is, look where we are. We are underpriced. Extremely underpriced. That's where we are right now. Completely underpriced levels. Right. Let's look at the 200-week moving average. Now, I talked about this. We've never had a situation where we've gone to the, we've gone green and this and that, and then we've gone to the red, and then, for us to come back down to the blue zones. Well, look where we are. We're in the dark blue, coming into these kind of a purplish shade, right? These really dark shades here. This is where it's underpriced. This is the perfect buying opportunity. So when people are talking about the buying, this is it. We've never had this pattern anywhere in history, right? And we're having this the first time. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It's not even like 2013. So I talk about how it's very similar to 2013. It's not. This is on another level. This is on another level, right? Also, I was looking at active addresses, and what do I see? I see that, during the peak, so we had the peak here. This is where we had the peak, right? Active addresses became inactive. Have a look at this, inactive. And then look at this, right? On June the 6th, our active addresses, so it went down by minus 41%. So if you can see on the right here, it says minus 41%. Well, check this out. It started by the end of June, it started going back up again. And look where we are now. So currently in this month, slightly down, but this is active addresses. That's what we're looking at. Now, I wanted to show you another thing as well. This particular metric here, right, which is quite really cool, right? This is the hodl bank. I don't want to talk about this one, but I want to show you this area here. This area here. So every time we peaked out, 2011 we peaked out, 2013 first peak, 2013 second peak, 2017 peak. Guess what? We entered these zones. right? Look at this. You can see clearly, black and white, we entered these zones, right? And then every time we had the big crashes, we re-entered these zones. These were the buying. These were the perfect buying opportunity. Ignore whatever price you see, but these were the buying opportunities, right? Look at this, 2020, right? 2020, March 2020, we had the dip. We entered out of that and we came here right now. So right now we're obviously hovering slightly above that. But the point is, we're in this medium zone. This should be the best ever zone, right? Where you should be accumulating. This is where you start dollar cost averaging in. No financial advice, obviously. This, we're just doing this for a thing. And I want to also show you something else, what I'm talking about. This, so now we're taking this particular area, this green zone, and let's talk about this green zone and work on this green zone, right? So what we're looking at here, right? So what we're looking at here is 2011 when we peaked out. You see what happens on the euphoria mode. As soon as we enter the euphoria zone, this is when we peak out. Look carefully, peak out. Euphoria, we peak out. We never went into euphoria, right? We never ended up into euphoria. We were only in the greed mode. And in the greed mode, if people were doing 125x leverage, you deserve to be burnt out. You deserve to be burnt out. How could you? You should be doing 125 here. No financial advice, obviously. This is where you should be doing it, not on the greed zone. What's wrong with you? And then people get blamed, exchanges get blamed, countries get blamed. What the hell's wrong with you? This is what happened, right? So obviously we were in the greed zone. We just exited the green zone. Now we're in the optimism and the denial phase, right? So on the way up is usually optimism. On the way down is actually a denial phase, right? So this is where we are right now. Could we enter this hope and fear section? Well, maybe, or maybe we could just flip. Because what we did in 2013, we did the same thing where we went close to this hope and fear and then boom, we shot up, right? We did that. So this is what we're looking at right now, all right? Where we could have a potential to go down. Ignore the prices here, doesn't matter. But we could have a potential down here. But then what happens when you get into this dip phase? Well, this is when the big boys come to play. All the small fishes playing around here, all the big boys come to play here. This is where they go into complete capitulation. They buy, they hold, they sit. And remember, when institutions buy, they don't buy for 5 minutes. They don't buy for 5 hours. They don't buy for 5 days or 5 months. Institutions, unless they're a trading institution, that's a different story. Institutions, they will buy here as an investment to hold on, right, for another 10 years. Michael Saylor bought around here. Michael Saylor bought around here. Why? He bought it and he clearly told you he's not going to sell for another 100 years. Why did he say that? Because you understand, this was the zone. This was the entry zone. So when we're talking about coming back into the levels, if we do come into this level, this is it. This is the perfect execution. So this is what I wanted to show you guys, basically, like what we're seeing. So let me come into my charts today. Let's do a daily update today. So let's see what happened, right? On this particular level, you can see that we did break below the 31k, and I have talked about the 31 to 30,500 it was. I think it was a few videos ago I talked about it. So we have broken below. However, the bulls came in, reacted immediately and took it back up. Currently facing resistance at the 32,200, right? So we're just going to carry on this sideways move. So far nothing looks bullish, right? Only thing I can see is, like, wallets and this and that, MFI. I'm looking at everything on the daily time frame. Nothing actually looks that bullish, right? So there's no point in me saying anything bullish here. Also, looking at this box, you can see we broke below this box, right? And this imaginary line, I left it there for some reason, but it's still holding. But that's not where we need to be. What you need to look at, right? And what I want to show you here is this. So this was our box. We're kind of holding support here right now. We might see a rebound, we might not. If we do drop, we are going to come down to this 28k level and probably even go down and test the 25k level, right? I wanted to show you. But this chart I just opened up because I want to show you the wedge. Remember the wedge? Well, we did exit the wedge. This was the breakout from the wedge. And currently, if you're looking carefully, we talked about the wedge some time ago. Right now, we're finding support on the actual wedge. That's what we do. Right now, the support is on the wedge. Remember, this line is not 100% accurate. This wedge line is not 100% accurate. But a wedge always is a bullish. So for us, we're seeing a bullish divergence building here, which is a complete descending wedge forming, which usually breaks to the upside. And we're just waiting for that to break up, right? But the market is reacting and saying, okay, we're going to go down a little bit. And bears seem to have a lot more control. In order for us to see more, if the bears actually have any control, we can actually always go down here And this is long, so right now longs are really good. We can see, yes, definitely bears are definitely in control. I mean, you can see that a lot more bearish, like, you know, shorts are being created, right? So they're definitely in control a little bit. They're definitely winning, but it could be a trap by the bulls. It could be a trap by the bulls. It could be a trap, as in we might even come down all the way down here, these 28, 29k. And if we do, we might end up seeing our double bottom, because we did have a bottom here, and we might end up seeing our final double bottom to complete one specific pattern. And this is, I'm going to draw this here, complete one very specific pattern. If we did have another 28k and we do this, we might just complete this. We don't know, you know. But right now, obviously, everything in the market is showing how it, you know, off chain is very bullish. On chain is not happening. This is why I'm like, because for example, recently a lot of FUD about Michael Saylor buying and company people and shares and this and that, right? Loads of other stupid FUD, right? Loads of other stupid FUD. But one thing I found was recently a massive company just invested $600 million into MicroStrategy. So if there was so much FUD and if they were so bearish and there's going to be so much issues, why would they invest 600 million knowing this? Well, they only did that because obviously buying the shares now is better for them, because they know that there's a bounce coming. Remember, follow the money. Follow the money, because that's where the trend is. You know, right now people are pumping money into the system, but off chain. So all you got to do is just follow that money basically off chain, and you'll see what happens. And I'm telling you, it's coming, right? Something big is coming. Now we're either going to have a nice little dip, right? We're going to have a dip, and if the dip could take us to this 25k, right? Ignore the last three digits. We might be off by $300. It doesn't matter. But the point is, we might come to the 25k. And if we do go into a bearish sentiment, right? So if we do go into a bearish sentiment, where is it? Let me just show you here. Where is it? This one here, right? So if we do go into a bearish sentiment, right, you know, we become bearish, this will definitely be what the institutions are going to be following. And if they do, I've got a feeling they're going to follow this to be the target. Ignore the price, by the way. It's got nothing to do with the price, because remember, the price changes continuously. If I show you the price, you'll understand what I mean. Let's see which one. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah, so I can show you this one, and also I can activate one more thing, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, just activating this for a second. Give me a second. So what I want to show you is if, and let me get rid of the drawings, if we did have a dump, right now, if we did have a dump, right, so this is what you need to understand. This log chart, right, this level here is the 29k. This is at 25k. You see what I mean? So ignore the last three digits, but that's the 25k. Worst case scenario, if we did have a massive dump and we kept on going down and we do come back to the level, then I can see us coming back to this 21k. And remember, I talked about how, you know, the market does certain things, and we marked it here actually on this particular chart. We marked it. We said, look what the market does, and let's go on a weekly to show you over a longer period of time, right? So there's a level that we will never go below, and that level is currently this 20k. You know, so we could see as low and close to, but I doubt we're going to see a 20k. So there's a lot of people talking about FUD and 10k and this and that. Let me tell you about the FUD. If Binance goes down, do you think anybody cares? I don't think anybody cares. And if people were afraid, and you or yourself or everybody are insecure about what Binance might do, well, then there's an option, right? And the option you got is very simple, actually. A lot of people don't really understand this particular thing. There's an option. The option that you've got is you just moved your crypto to another exchange right now. If you're a hodler, you shouldn't be keeping it in an exchange anyway. It should be moved over to what do you call this? To a cold storage. If you got big amounts, right? You should keep it to another, you should basically move it over to a cold storage. And if you got small amounts, then just move it over to another exchange. That's all you should have been doing. Just move it over to, it doesn't matter if Binance goes down. You know, if you're insecure, then you need to basically understand that that's what you should be doing already. So what's going to happen when everybody feels insecure and everybody decides to go and take their money out of Binance? Does it affect the crypto market? No, it just affects Binance and Binance's profitability. It doesn't stop anything. The market still moves on. That's what people are not looking at. Why do you react to the FUDs for no good reason when all you have to do, if you're insecure, move your money from there, put it somewhere else, You know, like the other day, brother, I was telling him how to do something. Just move it. It doesn't matter. If you're in crypto, you just move your crypto anywhere you like and do it right now. It doesn't harm anyone. It's not going to cause any issue. Oh, the crypto market is going to collapse because Binance is going to do this. Well, no, it's not going to collapse. It doesn't affect anything. It just affects the actual exchange. You know what I mean? Just move it over to another one because that's what they want anyway. I mean, Celsius wants that. That's why they were pumping Celsius, right? Coinbase, they're talking about it because they want to go into Coinbase. You know, that's what they are. Talking about regulated and unregulated, that's what they are. People want you to move into the regulated. And I'll tell you one thing, when you go to the regulated exchanges, there's going to be a day, and I'll promise you this, right? This video you can come back to. There's going to be a day when the regulated exchanges are going to block you from taking your funds out. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, I'd rather stay on an unregulated and a decentralized exchange. So for me, obviously, my best bet is cold storage. You know, unless I want to sell or come out to cash, I'm going to hold it onto cold storage. So yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, I don't really know what else to say, basically, because these FUD, they just kind of driving me insane. I'm telling you, you see all of that and people just react. And then the problem is, look, I love this guy, all right? Banter, I love him, right? Is good. Crypto Banter is good. Random man, he's a really good guy. I like him a lot. But the problem I have with him, right, is he's a big popular channel. He does live streams twice a day, right? Great guy. But he brings fools, literally fools, and you know, all these comedians, right? Tom, Dick, and Harry to the show. That's why I named them Tom, Dick, and Harry. They all have their own motive. I mean, Harry was alright, actually. So to be honest, Harry was alright. I'll be honest with you. But Tom, I have no idea what his problem was. And I know what Dick's about. You know, he's just always been a dick anyway. So there's no point talking about him. But it's annoying, you know, seeing people coming. Where's your positivity? And then the same hypocrites, right? End of the day, turn around and is like, oh, if I had 100k, yeah, I'll only buy these two. Because obviously you know the game. So why do you come and diss BTC? Why do you come and diss Ethereum? Why do you come and diss the exchanges? I mean, is there another solution other than exchanges? Is there something else you have? No, you only have your platforms to promote. Come on, guys, come on, right? So people just need to stop reacting and you know, stop making me get angry. I'm more volatile than Bitcoin, by the way, so I can really lose it. But anyway, I don't want to say anything. Guys, if you've watched it to the end right now, like, share, subscribe, smash that like button, share it with your friends and family, you know, share it to your groups, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, you know, keep on sharing it, and let's get the content out there. Let's get everybody out there. And I'm going to try and do a lot more. I mean, obviously I'm trying to do as many live streams as possible to get the content out to you as fast as possible. And I'm also trying to basically get as many people on the interviews as possible as well. So try and interview new projects, new companies. But obviously I have a fundamental thing where if I don't believe in it, or if I don't understand the technology is unique, then obviously I'm not going to be here for any scam coins or anything like that, as long as the project is good. Like yesterday's project we talked about, the video exploded. We got like 500 views on the video. But guess what? Nobody went to Twitter. Nobody went to Discord. Nobody wanted to get that freebie. You know what I mean? So you need to go out there and try and get those things, because that's what it is. We're trying to build a community, and communities come on board to do that. It's a fantastic project. You don't have to go and buy the NFT, you know, but at least go and sign up and do this, because I did. I went to his Twitter, I followed his Twitter, I retweeted, and I did all of those things. Why? Because I want to support him, because he has a brilliant idea. 1024 pieces come together to make one whole thing. That's so unique. I love that. Love that. So yeah, other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on another one. I'm going to end the stream now. So I'll see you very soon. And remember, we don't do financial advice, and we don't FOMO anything, and we don't shill anything. We just stick to Bitcoin and the market and the momentum, and we watch and we observe and we stay 2 steps ahead.